Guys, I don't even know how to start this one properly. It feels like every week there's a new name coming out of this mess.
Yeah, and every new name is somehow scarier than the last one.
Exactly. And now it looks like we might have found another member of the Big Five.
Found is a strong word, eh? But it's starting to look that way.
Remember, Mkwanazi already told the Matlanga Commission they know all the members of the Big Five.
But they could only publicly name two.
Kat Matlala,
And Katiso Molefe.
the rest.
Too dangerous to say, apparently.
Now, yesterday, General Sanona is testifying at the Matlanga Commission.
And he straight up says, I don't want to mention this other guy's name.
Says the man is dangerous.
Says he fears for his own safety.
Of the document. So, Major General, can you just begin by describing what this is, S4, when you received it, who sent it to you?
Can I suggest, Advocate Hassim, that he reads paragraph 65 of his statement and then give that context that you had in mind?
So repeat his earlier, so that's fine with me.
65, Commissioner.
Thank you, Commissioners. Consequent to the meeting above, on the 26th November 2025, I received a series of threatening WhatsApp messages from Lieutenant General Mkwanazi. The charts are attached here to as per Annexure S4. Can I continue, Commissioner?
Yes.
Hi, General. I trust you are well. You made arrangement that I meet this guy, Kat, because he is your friend, brother, and he needed my help to speak to General Kua to place orders off his contract.
On his contract.
On his contract, thank you. He volunteered an information about a house, I think, but I'll read as it is. What is worse is that after you told me about the discussion between you and him regarding Nangi, I asked you about your relationship with him. I still don't know how the two of you met to discuss about Nangi care. Besides voice recordings, cellular phone triangulation, and my vehicle tracker, including access footage, will confirm the date and time of our meeting, and for his own sake, I hope that those timelines are in line with what he said before the committee in relation to his arrest. This is the man who says he met you 7 years ago, which is contracting to what you told me that you grew up together. The fact that he's the one who introduced our meeting to the ad hoc committee and lied under oath, he invited me to make public the information that he gave me, which will put his life at risk. I'm still going to that committee. I hope he doesn't mind me exposing him to both Mr. So-and-so and Mr. So-and-so. I hope you won't blame me for risking his life because I have to tell the truth about our meeting. If he thinks he can fool the committee, it's okay, but I will not say much but to simply play a recording of our meeting verbatim because I have the record. This one of what is worse, I think, is a repetition. Must I read it, Commissioners, on page 92?
As well to the reason why we don't want to mention both of the names, whether it's one name or both of them, we don't want to mention it is because of the knowledge that we do have. And perhaps maybe we are just taking additional or extra steps just to make sure that we do not have a situation where certain people's lives are at risk. But with the information that we do have, we can confirm that if we were to mention one of these names, the other would know. I can further elaborate, Commissioners. Perhaps maybe I can just come closer to you and I'll be able to...
Perhaps, Ms. Mafisa, just explain this about the other knowing. Just explain the relevance of that.
Yes. So when you have a look at that particular paragraph, what General Mkhwanazi is doing is he's saying that he's going to report. He's going to report to these two individuals, and I think when you look at it from that particular context, that's the most important thing. That I wouldn't say it's a reporting to your principal, but essentially the relationship at the link is somewhat of it would be like reporting to your principal, essentially. So if you...
Maybe let me ask it this way. What's the fear? If that other person does get to know, what's likely to happen? What's that person going to do once they get to know of the mention of the other person? I don't get it exactly.
Sure. All right, Commissioner. So unfortunately, we do know that this person is quite, I must just watch my own words now, but this person is quite dangerous. And so just the mentioning of this particular person's name could put Major General Sinona in quite a tight spot, just in terms of his safety. I think perhaps also we're considering, it's Witness D, whose life was unfortunately taken. So we are just a little bit wary of mentioning this particular individual, exposing him in these proceedings. It truly is a security risk.
And if, for the purposes of General Sinona's testimony, all he is doing is to read a WhatsApp text not crafted by him, but a WhatsApp text received from General Mkhwanazi, why should that threaten him? Why should that pose a risk to him?
It would definitely threaten him, Chairperson, because I'm sure the relevant people wouldn't have preferred for him to actually even disclose the screenshot. But because he wants to assist the Commission, he disclosed the screenshot. But just for purposes of his safety, we just thought that those two individuals together, they should not be mentioned. So it was to assist the Commission, but I don't think that we must put Major General Sinona's life at risk.
When a general in SAPS is scared to say your name in a commission, yo.
And today...
the commission says, no, you're going to say it.
And he does.
Yeah, and Mr. X, and that the witness has evidence of this, and there was an undertaking to, provide that evidence.
Because we have a witness X, maybe let's use some other letter instead of Mr. X
Mr.
in respect of this.
Well,
sorry. Yes, let's use the Mr. So-and-so that the general used yesterday.
Mr. such and somebody, Mr. so-and-so, Mr. S, whatever we call him, that was put on record yesterday, right, that there's a link between General Sibiya and Mr. so-and-so, and that evidence would be made available to the Commission. And that's important because that fact goes to the core of what this Commission is here to investigate. So it's critical to the purpose of this Commission that we not only have that information, but that where we engage with it openly unless there's good reason not to engage with it openly. The reason that there's a risk to the witness doesn't bear up, because from the face of the text itself, the WhatsApp, there's no threat to the witness that is posed. The witness, in fact, himself explained yesterday that he doesn't recall that part of the meeting and that part of the discussions that took place on the 15th April because he was in the kitchen. So the risk, in fact, and you can see that also from the test.
So it's basically not the witness's information.
It's not the witness's disclosure or informing on anyone.
It's a text by someone else mentioning these names, so it doesn't come from the general.
Does not come from the witness. The risk, if there is any risk, I say if there is, because we don't really know the details. We've not been provided with the nature of the risk. The risk, if there is any, is to Mr. Matlala, not to the witness. So the final thing then I'd say is that Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi will be requested to return to the Commission and to address the contents of this WhatsApp. And when he does so, he will disclose the name. So in any event, it will become known who Mr. So-and-so is. So my submissions to you, Chair, are that there is nothing on the face of this chat that indicates a risk to the witness, and there's no good reason not to disclose it, and that so far what information we have been provided about that there is a link between Mr. General Sibiya and this Mr. So-and-so is actually quite important, and we need to hear more fully and openly about it as undertaken by the legal representatives yesterday. So I would urge the commissioners to rule the final ruling to be to disclose the name of Mr. So-and-so. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Hassim. We have heard submissions from both sides, and this is a matter of serious concern because issues are being raised around the safety or security concerns with regard to General Sinona. That's not a matter we can ever take lightly. And indeed, where it's warranted, it's best to err on the side of caution. But we need to look at what we have before us here. And what we have before us is a WhatsApp text from General Mkhwanazi. This witness, that is General Sinona, is therefore not the author. So what he is doing is merely to read that text that comes from General Mkhwanazi. And what is said in that is thus not being said by him. It is something that is being said by General Mkhwanazi. It's information which is 100% from General Mkhwanazi. Therefore, we do not share the concerns as much as issues of the risk or the security of the witnesses before us is a matter that we are quite concerned about. In this instance, we take the view that the general must disclose the name, must read the name as part of the whole text. That is our ruling.
Thank you, Chair. Could you read the WhatsApp exchange that was sent to you, the message, and can you read it from the beginning to the end?
Thank you, Commissioners. Good morning once more. Hi, General, I trust you are well. You made arrangements that I meet this guy because he is your friend and brother, and he needed my help to speak to Lieutenant General Kua to place orders on his contract. He volunteered an information about a house address in Sandton where Sibiya collects money using the state vehicle, and that he paid 2 million towards Sibiya's purchase of his plot. He also told me about Sibiya's townhouse. The fact that he is the one who introduced our meeting to the ad hoc committee and lied under oath. He invited me to make public the information that he gave me, which will put his life at risk. I am still going to that committee, and I hope he doesn't mind me exposing him to both Sibiya and Steve Motsumi. I hope you won't blame me for risking his life because I have to tell the truth about our meeting. If he thinks he can fool the committee, it's okay, but I will not say much, but to simply play a recording of our meeting verbatim because I have the record. What is worse is that after you told me about the discussion between you and him regarding Nengi, I asked you about your relationship with him. I still don't know how the two of you met to discuss about Nangi care. Besides the voice recording, cellular phone triangulation and my vehicle tracker, including access footage, will confirm the date and time of our meeting. And for his own sake, I hope that those timelines are in line with what he said before the committee in relation to his arrest. This is the man who says he met you 7 years ago, which is contradicting what you told me, that you grew up together. I guess this will be caused clear as the investigation continues.
Stephen or Stefan Motsumi.
Full name, Stephen August Motsumi.
And suddenly, a lot of things start connecting.
Also notice something. Even Mkwanazi seems careful when this name comes up.
Nobody is relaxed around this one.
So, who is Stephen August Motsumi?
On paper, owner of Vazwini Security Services.
Of course it's a security company.
Why is it always a security company?
According to reports and tip-offs coming out late 2025 into 2026,
Motsumi is being accused of being a kingpin,
linked to organized crime,
linked to tenderpreneurs,
and directly linked to Kat Matlala,
and then there's Shadrach Sibia.
suspended Deputy National Police Commissioner,
Alleged kickbacks
multi-million rand kickbacks.
to secure a 1.2 billion rand SAPS health services contract.
This thing is rotten, hey?
Mid-2025, reports say Motsumi was in hiding.
While authorities were investigating, allegedly using crime intelligence connections,
To influence police operations.
or protect syndicate interests.
Here's another weird thing.
You can't find these people online.
No proper photos.
No proper company marketing.
Security companies that don't advertise security.
That alone tells you they're not looking for normal clients.
So, are we saying Stephen August Motsumi is officially Big Five?
We're not saying that.
But,
It's starting to smell like it.
and the scary part,
These are the people behind the scenes.
not the ones giving speeches.
The ones pulling strings.
And if generals are scared to say their names,
Imagine how deep this really goes. This is SA Political Lens.
same lens,
No fear.
no favors.
And if you're still watching, subscribe.
Because this story is far from over.